Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Wes, and this week on this episode, we're going to continue working on the boat. We're going to sand more. We still got quite a bit of sanding to do. I went to the local hardware store and picked up some sanding pads, about $100 worth of sanding pads. They were quite a bit expensive. But we'll get back to sanding. We got a lot to do there. In the meantime here, just before we get started, I want to work on our shop space. So I went to the local Tractor Supply and picked up some horse mats, and we're going to install those mats. I got my helper here with me. So sit back, enjoy the episode. All right, everybody. So these stall mats are from Tractor Supply. They're like 3/4 thick, 4x6. I have one more. And I'm going to cut it up. I'll move my drill press there, and I'll cut it to fit under my bench just for continuity, just so it all looks the same. But yeah, I really like it. So yeah, let's get back to work. All right, we're going to spin the boat around so we can keep working on the other side there, and show you how easy it is to move this in the garage. It's pretty perfect, if I'm honest. I'm really happy with it. So the one thing that I've noticed about these Jet Jon projects is that depending on the type of jet ski that you're planning on using, they can get kind of complicated. So like I've said a couple times, we're planning on using a 4-stroke machine. And that's just user preference. So I want a 4-stroke machine. I think that it'll offer better results for what we're using. So most of this boat is going to be used for lakes and not quite very shallow waters, but you know, shallow river water, I guess you could call it. You know, probably in that 6 to 8 inch minimum depth. Give me that clamp. And that'll allow us to do some good adventuring and have some good shallow water experience. So we're going to get to it. Sit back and enjoy, guys. All right, guys, so the sanders that we're using are Bosch. Looks like they are model number ROS20VS. We really like them. 8-inch pads, and then they are also variable speed, and we use them for all kind of different projects. We've used them on woodworking and obviously this boat here, another boat that I had mentioned previously that we no longer have. Funny story, the reason we have two is I lost one, and I thought that I'd actually thrown it out when I got rid of the other boat. But shortly after I bought the second one, isn't that how it goes? The other one showed up. So pretty neat. Hey, so I want to get into another kind of a side task here. I want to mount this vise. So this vise is really special to me. This was my grandfather's vise. Came out of his barn, and then when I got older and I moved into this house, I wanted it, and my mom and dad said that I could have it. So this vise has been in my family for probably close to 60, 70 years, I'm guessing. It's a Buhl, B-U-H-L, Detroit. I haven't really found any other numbers. There's something here, it says 205, and then here on the actual jaw it says 5. So I don't know much about the vise, other than it was my grandfather's, and this piece there will give you the biggest blood blister you have ever seen in your entire life. So now that my workbench is done and it is ready as it'll ever be, I want to go ahead and mount this. So let's go ahead and do that. The thing sure is heavy, I'll say that. Boy, she's heavy. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pre-drill 2 of the 3 holes so that we can use these bolts here. And then unfortunately this 3rd hole over here, it's going to go down into the frame. So I think that I'm just going to use a lag bolt with a washer to see if that'll work. I think it should. I think it should hold just fine. These drill bits here are from Harbor Freight, and they are more than sufficient for what I'm typically doing in drilling. Not too big into milling and things like that. Now I have LED lights under here, so I'm going to move each one of these dots forward 1 drill bit, and that will miss my LED lights. I should have plenty of room for the vise. There was quite a bit there. I am going to get a piece of wood here to drill into, kind of help prevent some of that tear out. These countertops are epoxy countertops. I wanted something durable and affordable, and the comparable countertops that I had found at, such as Menards and other places, man, they were just so expensive. I mean, we're talking $200–300 just for countertops. So I'm pretty happy with these. I like them quite a bit. Like I said, we're going to move this one forward equally the same amount here. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get a block underneath there. These countertops are pine countertops. Yeah, there we go. Well, it looks like I hit my little bit of a stud there. That's going to be an issue because we have to get a nut on there. Yeah. We'll just have to fight our way through that one. Why wouldn't we? Now I am going to drill a pilot hole over here on this right side. Well, good news, the holes still line up. It's rare. It's gonna give me a little bit of a fight. There it goes. All right. This one here, we're going to, this one here we're gonna pre-drill. All right, this one, like I said, we're gonna pre-drill this one because it's gonna go down into a support. I don't want it to rip that support and cause a bunch of problems there, so. Now for this job, we're going to get out the Ugga machine. Santa Claus brought this for me this year. I haven't got to use it as much as I'd like. It's a DeWalt 20 volt hammer. I used to have a lot of pneumatic stuff, but my air compressor that I had gave up the ghost, and well, I didn't want to replace it with another air compressor, so I think we're going to join the age of cordless stuff. Oh, shoot, that's not all the way down. Now we're close. I'll finish it off with the rest by hand. I don't want to strip it. If you're thinking the vise looks a little cockeyed, it is. We can loosen this piece here and she'll straighten. Oh boy, that's nice. She'll straighten right up. All right. Well, I'll bring you back when I get the rest of those tightened down and see how she looks. I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, good news. So you got that vise locked in there. Took some work on that back bolt, but we were able to get it. You know, I really like this vise because it's got such a wide jaw. It's able to hold all kinds of different things, and over the years I've done all kind of stuff with it. So now for years to come, my kids can smash their fingers and learn a valuable lesson in these jaws here. So I'm happy we got that done. Take you in here a little closer. Okay, yeah, she looks really good. I'm really pleased with the way that turned out. And you can see here that support that I was speaking of. That's where that lag went down. And then again, a little bit of a different view there. So that bolt is just fine there. Doesn't affect anything. And I think that looks really good. Cool. On to the next project. Okay, guys, it's the next day. And as you can see, the old wallet's a little bit lighter. Took a trip to Harbor Freight. Love it or hate it, Harbor Freight has amazing value. I have a lot of tools from Harbor Freight. This here is a ProTig 205, has amazing reviews online, and I decided to take a chance on it. My other machine, which is a MIG machine, it's a Miller-Matic 211, love it. Never had any issues with it. I just can't justify the price of a Miller machine and the features that come on this 205. So I'm really excited. It came with a whole box of stuff. We got the cart, we got a tank of argon, and then I got some consumables that we're going to put together. So I'm going to assemble all this, and I'll bring you back when she's ready to go. All right, guys, that was fun. That was a little bit of a project. It wasn't bad, though. Really, the directions weren't terrible. It went together pretty easily. I am so excited to get to start learning how to do TIG. I got everything I think I need. We're ready to go. So I'll practice a little bit off screen. I don't want to show all my sins. We're looking at this little toolbox that comes with the welding cart, and I really like it. But I want to add one provision to it. So the extra tungstens that we have, so the ones that we're not using, I want to cut a groove back here in the plastic to allow for the tungstens to sit down inside there. And then that way we can have all of our consumables in one easy place. I'm going to try it first, starting out with a razor knife, and just see how easily this cuts. This is the part where I slice my fingers and cut a finger off. So I have to say this about the Vulcan welder, the setup. Really good instructions. I didn't know what a couple. It's not that I didn't know what the parts were. I just didn't know how they hooked up, or precisely where they hooked up. The instructions were really good. I referred to them a few times, and pretty happy with it. So I think that this welder is going to give us plenty of good opportunities to to weld and learn. Let's see if that's enough. Oh, one more. Hey, so if you're thinking to yourself during this video this week, Wes, you sound amazing. Well, that's because I went out after listening and editing the last video, and I bought wireless microphones. So we ended up going to Best Buy and looking at what they had, and they recommended the DJI Mic 2, and ultimately that's what I ended up getting. And I will say this, I'm not a real tech savvy kind of guy. There was a steep learning curve to it. There were a lot of videos that you guys won't ever get to see that didn't have sound, and a lot of frustration on my end. But ultimately, excuse me, I am extraordinarily happy, I have to go wider, with how well the noise canceling. So these have a noise cancel function. How good they work. I'm thrilled with it. On the first video, you probably could hear my heater fans blowing above my head here. And I admit there were a couple clips in that that the audio just was terrible. And you know, I want to produce the best product that I can, and I know I don't like watching videos that the audio sucks. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope the audio sounds better. If it does, let me know down in the comments, and we'll keep doing this. So okay, so we got that cut. I think that's going to be perfect. Let's slice this open here. All right, perfect. So now these are in a little bundle. I'm going to leave them in that bundle, but I am going to get all these extra cups and collets and caps out. Now these cups and collets, they're all size specific, which I didn't realize. I didn't know that. So I keep learning. Nope, they're not going to fit that way. So all these brass pieces here, I know you're not going to be able to see it on the camera. But all of those are sized and then sized to the collets themselves. So you want to make sure that you have the right size collet and the right size tungsten in there. Some of you are probably thinking, Wes, you're an idiot. Of course they're sized. I don't know. This is my first time doing this stuff, so this is exciting. Okay. Perfect. All right. We'll get that in the welder case, and we'll bring back working on the boat. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's the next day. We're going to get working on this side of the boat here. I think that we can get this whole white section from bow to stern sanded today. At least that's my goal. Nothing to do but to do it. Hey, welcome back, guys. That was a lot of sanding. That was about 2 hours to get this whole side to the state that you see it here. It's really good. It's really close to being able to finish sand here. Just a little bit of primer. That stuff's nothing. Because if you remember, we're going to polish this top portion. The bottom from this line down will be Gator Glide. I don't have a color picked out yet. But this week was a lot of fun. Got to work on the boat. We got our new TIG welder set up. Got our workbench set up a little bit more. And the work's going to continue. So everybody, I appreciate all the likes and views and comments. Keep those coming. That helps the channel grow. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week.